Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. He's got him in. Complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 33 yards that time.
We expected this defense to be... passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Up the middle with Eckler. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. First carry now for Isaiah Spiller. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 4th down, Herbert. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Browns force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one. And let him know he'll be back the very next series.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And again, it's Chubb. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy this caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 42 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, second and 2. Back to throw, Watson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's third and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's first and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going to play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
York able to send this one through, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. The first time out, they had the interception. That stopped their drive 3 points the other way, so now they work from behind.
They do, but he's got to walk out on the field like he's working from ahead. All right, he's got to walk out like, hey, I just threw a touchdown pass because all eyes on his team are on him. They gain their confidence from the way he reacts, his demeanor, and how he plays. He's got to show that he has confidence in himself.
On second down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
A gain of 10 makes it third and 3.
Now it's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Third and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Right back to Spiller on second down. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
minutes gone by, second quarter. Herbert now. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. Got him made. It's complete. It's Palmer. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. What a time for his first catch as they get the conversion on 4th. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And some room to roam now. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 51 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
On 1st and 10 is Spiller. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5 now. Herbert whipping one into Allen. That's complete. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 4-yard line. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point on the offense is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Last week in that wild card win, only 1 catch, and now he's got his first catch here, and it's good for a 1st down. Chubb on the counter. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes it's his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Watson off play action. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And unfortunately, unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. That's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll start by running the option to the right. 20! And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. What a run there. I mean, you got speed, elusiveness, escapability, all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. If you want them.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Jordan Elliott collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. They'll run out of the gun with puts it on the carpet. It's out. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here's Chase McLaughlin now for the Charger field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. And this one is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. On the move past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. That's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 65 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 10 more there and another first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
On second and goal, Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Corey Davis, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. And a lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And the Chargers first down.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Here's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They snap it to Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. His throw incomplete. It's not that often you see a two-point try from that distance, and of course, it's not that often that it's successful and it wasn't there.
And who added all this thinking to the game, right? Because now you've got so much extra to consider. The penalty happens. Do you go for two from that spot now after the penalty? Or do you say we're going to kick it, which means they have to administer the penalty from the 15. Now you're back further. Can you make that one? It's a lot of extra stuff on what used to be a routine play.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
And the Chargers, first down.
Herbert off of play action. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Herbert, he dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
To the air again, Herbert. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Browns drive about to get started. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to. And right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. Faking the give. Now Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They go with Chubb on second down. And some room to work. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find it.
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Browns will add to their fourth quarter lead. Oh, this is blocked. There he goes left side. 30. 10. And he will not be able to get any further. Brought down inside the 10. A long way to go for nothing. It comes up empty.
So when the Rules Committee decided to put some excitement into the PAT, or the extra point, this is what they were talking about. Blocked, returned, nearly for 2 points, but great hustle and a big-time tackle prevented that.
That's what I was just going to say. Excellent hustle to stay with it after the block and make that tackle. The Charger drive about to get going. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And Herbert going to slide to a stop, and he has a first down.
And the Chargers, first down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Herbert. He's got Eckler, and he's got Rome. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Throwing, Herbert. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Herbert. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
Now Herbert. This is caught, and he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown, and now a two-point conversion, and we'll be tied here in the final minute.
They have one big call left. Here we go. The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have two to possibly take this to overtime.
One more hurdle here. They need the two-point conversion to, for the moment, stay alive in these playoffs. Herbert to throw. Steps away to his left. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. To throw, Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short game.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Watson. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Well, the entire game coming down to this kick from Cade York. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, We take a break. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. This to book a trip to the AFC title game. And the kick is good. He puts it through, and they are moving on to the AFC Championship game.